We have had so much fun learning some great pottery ideas from a really creative lady who actually is taking requests. Let's head into the craft corner because that's how we got today's design. Elizabeth Westveer does shows all over the place, and people come up to you all the time and say, hey, I need this. Could you design this for me? And that's how we got to this point, right?
Exactly.
So what are we making today?
We're making an incense holder.
Okay. So how do we start?
I start by rolling out my clay. It can be as thick as you want. I usually do it about 3/4 an inch to half an inch thick.
Somewhere in that area?
Somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Depends on how much you're going to mold it and move it.
Gotcha.
You create a pattern, and it does not have to be a square, rectangle, whatever. It can go into the shape of leaves. It can do a rectangle. It can do ovals and squigglies. I like making them in a standard arched on one side and then straight on the ends.
Okay.
After that, I start decorating, and these are fondant stamps that you can find in the bakery store, and edgers that if you want to create an edge, you just put it down and press. It comes out.
Nice.
And these are stamps that I collected when I was in India.
I think that's so neat.
And you can just stamp with those.
And those are carved out of wood.
Mm-hmm. And after you've finished decorating it, and I like to do this, my upward facing side, but I also, on the side that I flip over, I like to decorate that piece as well.
Sure, so it looks great all the way around.
You want to scratch where you're going to attach and slip, which is a liquefied clay. And then you want to flip it over.
And that's going to
attach it.
Nice.
And at this point, you want to start raising your edges and getting them to the point where you could, the ashes fall off, they aren't on a straight side where they'll just flip off if you pick it up.
Keep it nice and safe.
Once it's dried a little bit, you want to use a drill bit. You want it larger than the depth of your incense stick. And you want to drill a hole into your clay at an angle. And you want to add your feet at this point.
All right.
It comes out of the kiln looking like this, either plain or decorated. And you can, I do some without feet and I do some with feet.
Gotcha.
And you can see how much that hole is shrunk just from that.
Yeah.
And then once you do that, you start glazing it. And after I glaze it, I come back through with a smaller drill bit or with a prong and clean out a little bit to make sure that my hole hasn't solidly filled.
Good. That's a great tip on this one. Okay.
Then it goes into the glaze kiln, fires, and you come out with your finished product.
How neat is that? All because someone said, hey, could you do this for me? We love it. Would you like the instructions for these incense holders? Get you all set with the instructions. We'll also let you know where you can find these and other designs by Elizabeth Westveer with Silver Wing Studios. Thanks so much for being here today. This is a fun one. She always has such great ideas. We've got a couple coming up from her in a few weeks that involve something that works really well around the Easter season.
Okay. Well, that's coming up.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
I love Easter.
Well, and this is, I guess, the byproduct of Easter, we'll say.
Okay.
Think deviled eggs.
All right. I'm intrigued. Let's take a look outside.